asking for the delete sign or how?
Control S， Control S， 好像会按掉 strike。哦对。
It's not like the what of? Not like the Microsoft one, we can revert the things. This one I think it's not because it's showing that it's struck through already. Delete. It's showing it's delete. It's not the really struck through the format.
如果你按 copy and
两
paste，
format 然后 text 看。
因为他 copy 不完，他只 copy 了第一刚才那10题。
Maybe we like
Oh.
This one right? Version history. Only initial. Maybe view original.
这个去
This is original. Copy lah. Original is the question but no answer. Revert the thing. Cannot revert lor. Maybe you need to use lor.
这个是 history 来的，你按回来。
他被听说。
How to do ah?
是按 Shift 然后
Okay, okay. Then how do you do ah?
按哦。
How do you do it ah? To restore it back?
The website the restore
Got restore back?
yes, just now.
刚刚有在上面。
Oh, never mind. So provided content already. Okay, so we continue. Just now I stopped at the functional design, oriented design, right? So in the functional oriented design, okay, so they are sharing the data. Understand? Data is being shared or passed among the functions. So therefore, if the data is being shared, they are using the centralized memories. Okay, a shared central memory. Okay, to show like a global variable lah. Understand? Okay. So another technique is called the strategy is called the object-oriented. But when we use this object-oriented, actually is more on the we concern about the state. Okay, the state of the object and the data concerned in the object. So therefore, in the object-oriented design strategy, we treat that the system is decomposed into a set of objects. Okay, set of objects. Let's say if you are going to create a system for a timetable, okay, management. Then in this timetable management system, you should have a lot of objects. Let's say student is an object, whatever. Understand? So in this case, and then you need to identify the connection between the object, and then how to request the service from the object and so on. So and then there are several principles that you need to understand in the object-oriented design. So one of them is the encapsulation, which is information hiding. Okay, classes actually is the blueprint for us to create the object, and then polymorphism is the method. Okay, with the same name but they may accept different parameters of data. Understand? So these are all some of the principles. And then the next strategy we just discussed previously is the data structure center development. Actually, this one is they are using the what we call Jackson structure diagram to create a system. While they are like how to say identify the input, what is the output should be, and then they create some sort of like a Jackson structure chart to determine the process of the program. Okay. Now you can see that for these three different strategy, function oriented normally they use the data flow diagram, okay, to derive out the structure chart. Okay, structure chart actually not as simple. It can be as simple as some sort like an organizational chart. It can be as complex as it can show the flow of the data and the control flow also can. Understand? For the object oriented, we may use a lot of different diagram, class diagrams especially we need to have, okay, and other diagrams such as component, okay, sequence and so on. And for the data structure centered strategy, we may use the Jackson diagram, okay. So and then we also come to the component design strategy. Component design strategy actually is the extension of this object oriented. Why? Because component design strategy he want to practice, okay, how to say, the system is made up of component, and component can be an object can have a set of objects inside. Understand? Okay. So each component is a working independent unit. Understand? Okay. So and that is a benefit of component because it can be replaced, it can be expand, okay, without affecting others component. Understand? The main issue is to reduce the coupling. Okay. So the next one is regarding the what we call the aspect oriented. Aspect oriented actually normally used together with others strategy. Aspect oriented actually is for us to help us to separate the concern. Okay, what you mean by concern? Let's say concern actually is certain focus area. Let's say for example security, okay, or maybe focus on certain functionality. Why we need to focus on this kind of non-functional requirement or functionality? Okay, because maybe this function it may happen, okay, across all the functions or module of the system. Understand? So it affect the module, classes, or the function of the system. So therefore, we need to separate out this one as an independent or separate individual unit, so that okay, it help us to reduce the dependency, okay, and to reduce the complexity of our coding. Okay, so we can, for example, okay, security, logging, okay, validation, all this one, okay, it can be certain concern. We need to separate out, okay, so that to reduce the complexity and the dependency of the what we call of the coding, understand? So and we also in this topic we also talk about the concern, not concern, what we call cross-cutting